Hi everyone. So in this particular video I'll be going through Elasticsearch queries, 20 of them exactly. So these are the queries which are there on screen. I'll be going through all of them one by one. Yeah, so let's get started. So I'll open my slides. Yes. So first query that we will go through is simple match query. Simple match query is basically the most simplest type of query. So here what we do is we specify something like match customer full name and some of name, so it can be lowercase, uppercase, whatever. And we can also provide for the match query, it's like match query, the field name, and we can provide an operator. So default is or, but if you want you can provide and, so it will become Jackson and Cook. So this will be the exact query that it will be forming. So I'll just take this particular query and copy it and execute on my Elasticsearch. So in this Elasticsearch I have loaded sample data. So if you log into the console first time, you just go to app home, and from there just come to here like integrations and just click on this link, sample data, try sample data. So you will see 3 sample data: e-commerce, sample flight, and sample weblogs. For this particular session I have loaded sample e-commerce data, so just click load data and explore something of that sort first time around. So once you do that, you will have access to the sample e-commerce data. So I'll be executing my first query. So for after that, you come to your dev console, basically here, go down observability, and then you come to dev tools. So you will be in the console. So I'll execute my first query. So here is my first query. So this is the simplest type of query. So I'm giving match customer full name equal to Jackson. So if I search here, right, I can just do Jackson. So you will see all names where the full name has got Jackson in it, and also this one is slightly different. So if I give this query, right, Jackson Cook, so I have got only 2 hits because the name should match exactly. So if I just search here right now, so I'll be seeing like full name equal to Jackson Cook. It should come like this. I'll just give exact match. So you will see 2 hits, 2 out of 2 hits, right? And this is the 2 hits which I have got. So this is the like and customer full name with and. Okay, so moving on, just delete this, and next we'll take the next query. So this is the match all query. So this is also this will basically retrieve everything in your database, in your index. So I'm just giving get index name, search, and match all. So if I just execute this particular query, and just it will give all. So it will the number of records, total hits is 4675 records. So it has just fetched all the records. Next is term query. Term query is basically you have a keyword. So in this case customer full name, right? So in this customer full name dot keyword, I am giving exactly, it should match the case, everything. There should not be like how it is stored. So this is like a term query. So it's valid for key, ID, or dates or something, and these fields will not be analyzed. So if I give like this, I'll get 2 hits. If I do a search, like let's say I do a Jackson Cook, I copy it, come here, okay, it's already there. So it will be exact match. So if I give, for example, if I do term query with small, right, it wouldn't get me any search. You see this one, total hits 0, because it should match exactly. So this is the term query, and we usually use with the type equal to keyword. So this part dot keyword. So if fields are of type keyword, we will get this particular searches, right? Okay, next is I'll go over next one. Next one is range query. This is for basically for dates. So here I'm specifying greater than or equal to, and this is the range under which the order should be the transaction should have happened. And second one is, for example, the total price should be greater than 50 and less than 60. So these 2 conditions. So I'll execute these 2 queries. So I'll take this, copy, go over here, and so first I will execute this particular query. So I can just take this date, copy it, and if I search over here, right, so these dates should match. So there are actually 3 records where it's above this and less than that, and same here. This one is slightly different. So this is for every transaction the tax total price should be between 50 and 60. So if I take this particular thing, come here, search here, right, so you will see 53.90, 55, 59, 58, 54, all these things. So it's falling between these range. So this is the range query. I'll delete this. And next is our IDs query. So IDs query is very simple in the sense like you can specify 2 or more IDs, and it's an array of IDs. So if I take this and execute here, so it will should give me 2 records. So you will see it has given me 2 records, and those IDs are present here. So this is the one ID, and if I go down, the other ID will be here, other ID will be here. So those 2 IDs will come back. So this is the like simple, if you want multiple IDs in one search, you can fetch like this. Okay, so going over to the next query, this is the multiple terms query. So here what we happen is like you have terms, what we have seen, instead of doing one term query, this is multiple, you can give terms. So I am searching for full name equal to Jackson Cook and Gwen Butler. So these either of them can be true. So if I take this and execute, so I will get 4 hits. So if I just search, for example, I'll just search for Gwen Butler. So you will see 2 results, and same with Jackson Cook. So total I got 4 results. So 2 of them are Jackson Cook and 2 of them are Gwen Butler. Okay, moving on. Next is exist query. So it's basically the field should exist. So I have given customer phone, this field should exist. It can be null string as well, it doesn't matter. And same like customer mobile doesn't exist. So this is just for testing. So I'll show you. If I just copy this particular query and come over here, and first I'll execute the customer phone. So you will see here customer phone field exists. That doesn't matter value exists or not, as long as field exists it will give you. But if in this case customer mobile, there is no customer mobile, that's why 0 hits. So this is the exist query. Okay, moving on. Next is prefix query. So prefix query, how it works is like you have a query prefix customer first name, and the name should start with that prefix. So I'm giving Jack, so it like Jackson, anything Jackie, whatever, it will fetch me those values. So if I copy this query and execute, so you will see it has got me all names where it start with Jack. So I'll just search Jack, so Jackson. So I'm searching for first name, right? So it's going, there will be more values like this. So right now the database consists of only name Jackson. So that's okay. Okay, so I'll move on. So our next query is a wildcard query. So wildcard query is basically you have query wildcard, and this time I'm searching in a Shakespeare database. So here the value Henry, so I'm giving something like Henry, and you can put star or question mark. So star is like anything before that and anything after that, any number of characters, but a question mark is only 1 character. So if you have 2 question mark, there will be 2 characters. So this is how it works. So I'll just copy it and execute. So here I got 14 records. So if I search for Henry, so you will see Henry 4th, Henry, or any other, right? So currently all play names are Henry because it gets only 10 results. So this is it. And next, moving on, next is regular expression query. So regular expression query is like so you have a query regexp, and I've given date of the week, so it can be Saturday or Sunday. So let's say I'm searching for transactions which has happened on Saturday or Sunday, so I can give Saturday or Sunday, something of that sort, and I can just copy it and execute. So here if I search for, let's say, Saturday, so there are 2 Saturdays, and same if I search for Sunday, their day of the week is Sunday. So 8 of them, because out of 10, 8 are Sunday and 2 are Saturday. So delete this query and moving on. Next is match phrase query. Match phrase also is like a full phrase should be matched, so it's like a double quotation, so everything should come inside. So it's like a match phrase and full phrase inside that should match. So this is the match phrase query. So if I search for this query, and this customer full name, right, Mary Bailey. So Mary Bailey should match exactly, so it's part of that. There cannot be anything before and after also. So this is the match phrase query. Next is multi-match query. Multi-match is something of like you have the value Jackson and it can match in any of these fields, first name, last name. So if it matches, it's a multi-match. And same, this example is just to confirm whether they both are the same, right? So I'll take this particular query and execute. So first I'll execute this first query. So here I have given okay, let's search for Jackson. If I search for Jackson, it can be either in the first name or the last name. So you will see sometime it's in first name, sometime it's in the last name. There are a lot of records. So in this case, because 10 results have come, it's not there, but just to confirm my point, if I search like this, you will see there are records where Jackson exists in the first name as well. So this is how it works. Okay, right. Okay, moving on. Next is match Boolean prefix query. So here what happens is you have a Boolean like a condition, right? So this this keyword order date, it's part of like a prefix. So this is part of prefix, and this is how it will match all the data. So let me show you. So if I execute this particular query, and order date should be in the prefix, and if I search here, so you will see, so I'm looking for all transaction that has happened. So I don't care if what time they happen, but as long as the day is same, I'm good. So all these results have that order date regardless of the time. Okay, so moving on. 14 is match must query. So how it works is you have a must condition and it's a Boolean must. So must means both should be true. So here I am giving two conditions. Term email should be like this and order date should be like this. So basically I'm trying to find out whether this customer Jackson has performed any transaction on this particular date. So and condition, right? So here if I take this particular data and copy paste here, so here I have got one hit. So that one hit is basically that customer has one transaction, and if I come down, you will see that that transaction value, the email, let's say I just search for email. So this is that customer who has performed that transaction on that order date. So date matches exactly. So this is the Boolean must query. Okay, moving on. This is also same like a match bool must query, but it's a should condition. So when you have should, one of the condition can be true, like or. So I am searching with email customer ID is Jackson Cook, and the term date, the order date, the term query for order, it should be this one. So one of the conditions should be true. So if I take this particular query and search, so you will see I got 2 hits. So because there is the OR condition, previously we have seen we have got only 1 hit. So I can just take this order date and search here. So I have got one transaction which has happened with probably with some other customer, which has happened with some other email ID or something. Yes. And if I search for the email, I have got 2. Okay, that customer has two transactions against his name, one on that date and another one is on some other date. Okay, moving on, we have similar to must should, we have must not. So must not is basically we can specify must and must not. So I'm looking for a customer Jackson in the transaction, and I'm looking when the total unique products that he has bought is not 5, anything other than 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, right? So if I search this one, so I have got couple of records, a total, so you will not see anything 5. So if I search here, so I have got 2 total unique records and 4. Okay, moving on, we have match phrase prefix query. So match phrase prefix query is basically you have same like match phrase, but it's prefix, so it should start at the beginning. So customer full name should be like Jackson C, so it can be anything after Jackson C and anything after that. So it's like a prefix, but which with the match phrase condition. So if I search this query, and so I just take this value Jackson C and search over here. So you will see like Jackson Cook, Jackson Clayton, Jackson Carr, Jackson Chandler, Jackson Connor. So all this data has come, and since it's a phrase query, the whether it's case sensitive or not, case insensitive doesn't matter. So you can have any case. Okay, take it off. Okay, next is our fuzzy query. So fuzzy query is like this is, let's say, like most relaxed kind of queries. So this is like even simpler than simple query like match query. So query equal to fuzzy customer first name and value. You'll see I have completely screwed up the spelling Jackson, and I have given for fuzziness equal to auto, which is value is 2 in this case, and it will still match me the customer which has got the name Jackson. So I'll just perform this particular query. So okay, so you will see still the records have successfully came in. So they are quite tough, like all Jackson, Kelly, Hopkins, all this have come up because I am performing a fuzzy query with 2 mistakes in my spelling, right? So moving on, next is filter query. So filter query is basically you have like a main query which is a must, or which can be anything like a, which I have given Boolean must query match customer first name equal to Jackson. But before that query is run, there is a filter which will be run. So it will check whether the order date is greater than 2002-710. So it's actually this data is in future. So it will check all the records which are above this date, and then it will filter on customer first name. So I'll just copy it, and so filter will be run first. So if I take this value and search over here, so you will see the first is filter greater than or equal to, so that date has come, and any other date. Okay, so at the moment all that date is there. So this will be run first, and then you have the customer first name, so this will be matched second. So all customer with name Jackson has come up. Okay, moving on. Next is the named query. So named query is basically you have like for every query clause you can provide a name. For example, this situation, right, I'm performing a should query with 2 matches, like either of them. Customer first name can be Jackson and customer first name can be Mary. So but with every query I can provide a name. So this is to see which one the result, whether it matched one of the item or not. So it's good for debugging or troubleshooting which condition it has matched. So name can be either Jackson or Mary, but there's a filter also, and for filter also you can put a name. So order greater than this value and these 2 names. So if any of them matches, it will be all good. So I'll just copy this and search it. Okay, so so this is like if I search, right, this is the name. So I can search for my name here. So you will see matched queries. So filter will match, but name is Jackson and filter name is this one. So if I search next time, so name is Jackson and order greater than. So if I keep moving, hopefully I'll get okay, I haven't got anything which is Mary. Okay, so this is how it works. So if any of the thing matches, it will show up in matched queries. So yeah, so that is all I have for today, and this we have gone through 20 different queries in Elasticsearch, and this is our mind map. So these are all the queries that we have covered for this particular session. Yeah, so I hope you like this particular video. Please like, share, subscribe and comment. Thank you very much. Bye.